Hello everyone, in this video I will guide you step by step on how to configure RabbitMQ in your Adobe Commerce Cloud environment so you can take full advantage of its benefits. But before we dive into the setup, let's talk about why RabbitMQ is such a crucial component. RabbitMQ is a message broker that helps manage the communication between different services in your Adobe Commerce environment. So it ensures that tasks like order processing, inventory updates, and customer notifications are handled efficiently and without delay, even when the system is under heavy load. By implementing RabbitMQ, you can achieve better scalability, enhanced performance, and more reliable asynchronous processing. This is particularly important for large-scale e-commerce operations where multiple processes need to run smoothly in parallel without affecting the overall user experience. Alright, so after this short introduction, we can actually configure our own RabbitMQ service. So we are right now on the documentation page how to set up RabbitMQ service. So if we scroll a little down, here is a section on how to do it. So let's copy the first section, which is the RabbitMQ that needs to be added into .magento services YAM file. So we need to just tell Adobe Commerce Cloud that there is a new service. So we define the type of the service, which is RabbitMQ, and a version of the RabbitMQ that we want to use, and also a disk property. So this is just a number of megabytes for a disk that basically this service needs to use. So let's copy that and let's now switch to PHP Storm. This is our project. We are already in the Magento services YAM file. So let's just copy let's just paste the RabbitMQ section here. So we only need to define the version of RabbitMQ. And how to find it? We can simply go to the system requirements page, and here is a table with all the necessary information about services and dependencies of different Magento or Adobe Commerce versions. So what we are interested in the version 2.4.6 without any patch. So here is RabbitMQ, so we can either use 3.11 or 3.9. So let's use the latest one, so 3.11, and let's just paste it here, and that's it for this file. Now what we need to do, we need to go into Magento app YAM file and add these new relationships. So if we switch back to set up RabbitMQ service page, we can see the second step is the same that I just said. So into Magento app YAM file, let's just add this new relationship. So let's just copy that, let's paste it here. So as you remember, this is just a mapping of relationships between our application, our Adobe Commerce application, and external services. So we can see like we have MySQL, Redis, OpenSearch, and right now we have a new connection to RabbitMQ service. Let's get back to documentation, and this is actually it that we need to do in order to enable the RabbitMQ instance. So we just need to commit this and push it and wait for the deployment. So let's just do it. Let's go to our terminal. Let's see that we have our changes exactly. Let's add them and let's copy them. Let's commit them. So let's just install RabbitMQ 3.11, and that's it. Magento Cloud push. So now let's see. Okay, I need to confirm it. All right, it will take a couple of minutes, so let's just skip this. All right, so the deployment is done. Let's now see what we can find in our logs. So as you can see here, we are in the deploy hook section, and here we can notice that there is this new line, version of service RabbitMQ is 3.11. And also here we can see that we have a new line saying updating env php AMQP configuration. So this means that Adobe Commerce Cloud configured all the necessary credentials and configurations of RabbitMQ into the env php. We will see that later. And also at the end we have this confirmation that our environment configuration was also set up with RabbitMQ with the current 3.11 version. So this confirms that our configuration worked perfectly. Alright, so to get another level of confirmation that this configuration worked, we can simply execute the relationships command, and here is our confirmation that RabbitMQ service is configured. So this is just a section with all the credentials that we can use to connect to our RabbitMQ service for the feature XYZ environment. And this is actually what is configured in the env.php file, and we can right now connect to our SSH for this environment. And let's open the app etc env.php file, and we can actually see here in the Q section that indeed RabbitMQ was configured by Adobe Commerce Cloud. So we don't need to do anything, it just works. Additionally, on the documentation page, we can find a section called Connect to RabbitMQ for debugging, and this is really useful because we can connect directly from our local environment to a specific service instance, for example RabbitMQ. We can also do it for MySQL, Redis, and so on. We will see that actually in the next lesson, but because we are already in the RabbitMQ context, let's just use it for testing. So how we can do it? We can go to SSH of our environment, print the Magento Cloud relationships, get the necessary credentials, but we can do it a little shorter because we can just simply use the Magento Cloud relationships command that we just basically used, and then we can use SSH -L to create just a port forwarding. So here is the command that you need to execute in order to connect to this RabbitMQ service. So here is a simple explanation. So SSH -L, this is just a command saying that this will be a port forwarding. A port number, this is the local port number. This is the service hostname. There is then the remote port number, and then at the end there is just a SSH string. So this is just a project ID branch, so this is just a username of a SSH, but we can just get it from Magento Cloud CLI. So as you can see, the port is 5672 for RabbitMQ, and this is the port that is used by Adobe Commerce to connect to this RabbitMQ service. But there is also a RabbitMQ management web interface, and this is at the port 15672, and we will actually try to connect to this one. So let's just firstly let's go to our terminal. Let's use Magento Cloud SSH with option pipe, and this will print us the connection string to this SSH environment, right? So this is the thing that we need to use. And now we can just simply copy this. Let's get back. Let's use this SSH connection here. All right. And let's just execute it. Let's wait a couple of seconds. We can see that we connected as usual to our SSH environment, but right now we can go to basically localhost. So let's open localhost, and we use the 15672, I believe. Yes. And as you can see, we are connected to the RabbitMQ management web interface on the feature XYZ environment. So the password and username is just simple guest. And we are in. We can just debug, we can see what is in our RabbitMQ. We can basically whatever we want. And just to showcase you, we can just simply exit from this SSH, right? Let's exit. Let's wait a couple of seconds. Now the tunnel is being closed. I don't know why it's taking so much time. Okay, there is a logout. And now if we refresh the page, it shouldn't work. Let's see, it's still working. All right, now it doesn't work. So okay, the session SSH session didn't close, but yeah. All right, so as you can see, right now it doesn't work. So we can simply configure this tunnel forwarding, port forwarding for each service we have, and more will be in the next video. Alright, and this is actually all that I wanted to show you in this video. I hope that it was helpful, and right now you can simply connect to your RabbitMQ service. So thank you for watching, see you in the next video.